What it is, right? That is the reality, that we bring the good, the bad, and the ugly to our relationships, and it's a matter of being accepting and being honest. Quite often, can you say to your partner, it drives me nuts that you do that, and say it when you're not caught in emotion, right? That's the thing. Don't say it when you're all pissed off and caught up in emotion. Sometimes you have to just walk away and then say, yesterday when you did that thing, it just really upset me and it made me feel like whatever. And then it's to be discussed or not discussed. Quite often we over discuss things, right? And then it just goes from bad to worse really fast. But we're going to stay good here and focus on the good news, because it's time for the good news portion of the show. And as per usual, there is tons of good news to choose from. So, we love our animal stories, but I also love the stories about this next generation that's coming up. Oh man, they are just so awesome the way they're stepping forward and doing stuff. I ran into a girl the other day that her granddaughter had a lemonade stand. It was on Sunday, and all the money that she was making, she was sending to help out for the hurricanes that have been going on in the States. So what an awesome thing that is. There's so much good stuff going on, and I love it when it ties into the youth, because they are going to have a really awesome world because of all the good things that they're doing, and they're leaders. This is fantastic. So when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, and then use that lemonade to help less fortunate children in your community. That's what Amaya Van Hill in Hayden, Idaho is doing for her schoolmates. The second grade student has been selling lemonade in order to pay off the school lunch debt of the Coeur d'Alene Public School District. Her lemonade for lunch stand initially raised about $40 last week, which was enough to pare down the debt at 3 local schools. Then she set her sights at a much bigger goal, $23,000. By starting a GoFundMe campaign with her mom, the 6-year-old will be using her lemonade stand and the crowdfunding initiative to raise enough money to cover lunch debts throughout the district. Amia, who attends Hayden Meadows Elementary School, says that she first became inspired to raise money for the cause after she read a story about John Liu, a Seattle dad who raised over $50,000 for his state's lunch debt. While Amia may be a lot younger than Lou, her path will make a big difference for other students. That is so awesome. These kids really need to be commended for the wonderful things that they're doing. So, speaking of raising money, more and more people are doing it, and there's a lot of websites that you can do it on. A lot of them that have different focuses. So if you're into doing something like that, do the legwork, check the credibility of the site that you're going to have people giving money to, and make sure it's something that ties in with, what you're seeking, what your grand goal is. So this is pretty cool. A Twitter video of a college police officer seizing a street vendor's personal money may have stirred online controversy, but it has also spurred a community to action. A hot dog vendor who has asked to be only identified as Beto was managing a food cart near the Memorial Stadium for the first home football game of the season on the University of California, Berkeley campus when he was approached by a police officer. Upon discovering that Beto did not have a permit to sell food, the officer wrote him a citation and took all the money out of his wallet as evidence. Martin Flores, who has been attending the game with his family, when he went to go buy some hot dogs, began to film the exchange in protest. Flores can be heard in the video saying, "You're going to take his money away? That's not right. People can drink on campus for football games and no ticket, but a hard-working man selling hot dogs and earning a living gets his money taken away?" Beto later told sources that he has a job in construction during the day, but he wanted to sell hot dogs on Saturday as a means of making a little extra money. In total, the officer seized $60 from his wallet. UC Berkeley officers are responsible for investigating illegal street vending, but representatives say that they are instructed to issue a warning before a citation. 3 other street vendors were allegedly detained earlier that day, but they had only been given warnings. After the video of the police officer went viral, however, Flores created a GoFundMe campaign that has already raised over, are you ready? $68,000 for Beto. An investigation of the incident is currently underway. I'm very grateful for the support I've received, Beto told NBC News. I was simply working to support my family. I'm very thankful. Now that I see everyone is supporting me. Isn't that awesome? And you know, it's funny. It makes me think of some little stories I've seen on Facebook lately where it's just a series of events where they're evaluating is something good or is something bad. So something happens to somebody, the one I can't remember the details off the top of my head, but somebody would comment, oh, that's terrible that happened. And then the old man in the story or whatever was like, I don't know, was it good or was it bad? Then something else happens. Was it good or was it bad? So you look at this and you're like, what a terrible thing. He took his $60. But at the same time, was it good or was it bad? Simply because now he's got $68,000. Like, wow, absolutely awesome. And it brought communities together. Quite often that's what it's all about. You know, is bringing communities together and bringing people together and awareness. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of all these permits and tickets and everything else anyways. So, you know, I support Beto all the way. Absolutely awesome. And now he can afford the permit and he can have the nicest hot dog cart if he wants, right? Very, very cool. He can have 2 or 3 of them all over if he wants. So, last story. This is awesome. It's in Milwaukee. In Milwaukee and cities around the country, municipal officials on Wednesday unveiled repurposed parking meters that will collect coin donations specifically intended to end chronic homelessness. Washington, D.C., Denver, Indianapolis, and Detroit are among the major cities launching similar initiatives. I would really love to see Canada involved in this. Milwaukee is going to end chronic homelessness faster than any municipality of our size, and that's something to be proud of, Milwaukee County Executive Chris Abel said. Milwaukee's 7 meters, dubbed Key to Change, will further the mission of Milwaukee's County Housing Division's Housing First project, an initiative that recognizes housing as the first step towards stabilization. Stable living conditions are then complemented by wraparound services which range from rehabilitation and counseling to job training and placement. Very cool. Hey, how awesome is that? And you know, that's the thing. You need the whole package. It's not just the housing. It's the counseling. It's, you know, it's like they send people to jail to rehabilitate them where quite often they didn't have the skills to begin with. You know, when you're talking about generational dysfunction, how can you rehabilitate somebody who their parent never taught them how to be productive in society? Or they're in and out of the system or whatever. You know, it's like a lot of medicines. You know, they're just band-aiding the problem. They're not actually, or band-aiding the symptoms. They're not even getting to the problem. So, which brings me to the last part of the good news, which is healthy eating. And healthy eating is equivalent to natural medicine, which makes you feel good. So, we were talking earlier about it's the last weekend of the summer. Who's going to be having a party or a barbecue? Well, I know I'm going to one. And one of my favorite drinks, being that I'm just over 19, is Caesars. I love me my Caesars. And there's no good Caesar without a splash of what? That's right, pickle juice. So, 10 reasons drinking pickle juice is all the rage and it's healthy. Number 1, it soothes muscle cramps. Number 2, it helps you stay hydrated. Number 3, it's a fat-free recovery aid. If you're trying to lose weight, you're probably not too psyched about consuming high-calorie sports drinks, but instead use pickle juice. Number 4, it won't bust your budget. It's not super expensive. Number 5, it contains antioxidants. Number 6, it may support your weight loss efforts. Number 7, helps control blood sugar levels. Win-win in the era of diabetes that we live in. Number 8, it boosts gut health. Number 9, dill is healthy. It helps in indigestion, stomach cramps, gas, and other digestive ailments. Number 10, it sweetens your breath. Something I never thought of. So when I'm out this weekend and I'm having a great time and I'm having a Caesar, enjoying myself, I can know I have beautiful breath because I'm drinking Caesars with pickle juice in it. Does that sound like a good story? Well, I'm running with it. I'm still going to have my Caesars anyways. So there you go. There's your good news for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And all those articles will be posted on the Positive Power Facebook page for you to check out at your convenience.